Good evening to everyone. I'd like to call the Planning and Zoning meeting to order. If you would, please stand with me as always. That's the open with the word of prayer. Father God, our Father, we thank you for this day. Thank you for life. Thank you for help. Thank you for strength. Our Father, we ask that you come and bless each and every one that's here tonight. Our Father, we ask that you come in and bless this commission as we try to do the county's business. Our Father, we ask that you bless us, each and every one in this entire world, because we know that you're the one in charge. And our Father will be so careful to give you all the glory, honor, and praise. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. Amen. Again, I'd like to call this meeting to order. First of all, my name is Canola Scott. I am the chair of the Madison County Planning Commission, and I would like to let the members introduce themselves and tell you what district they represent, starting my left.
Guy Sense, District 3.
Good evening, Cynthia Fortson, District 5.
Kenneth Bradley, Vice Chair in District 1. Lee Mitchell, District 2.
William Smith, District 4.
Melissa Payne, Zoning Administrator.
Mike Pruitt, County Attorney.
All right. Well, thank each and every one of you for coming tonight. And, it's always good to see citizens show up. They're concerned about what goes on in that county and as the county business. I don't have any particular announcements tonight, but I do have a statement I would like to read. As the first order of business, I am required to read a few statements regarding the zoning process. If you have questions, I will address them once I finish. Zoning directly affects private property rights, which include the right of the property owner to the enjoyment of the use of their property and the right of adjacent owners and the general public not to be unreasonably harmed by specific land use. Tonight is the first of two public hearings. A second public hearing will be held before the Board of Commissioners on September 14th at 6 p.m. at this location. Attendance is not required, but your attendance is recommended. The order of business. As to the order of business tonight, we'll introduce the applicant, and then the zoning administrator will give her comments. Then the applicant will come forward, state their name and address, and state their reasons for their request. You may provide information or documentation supporting the application. Next, the Planning and Zoning Commission will have the opportunity to ask the applicant questions. Next, I will open the floor for public comment. 15 minutes per side will be given to those that may want to speak for or in opposition of the rezone request. Note, all comments will be addressed to the Commission and not others in attendance. No personal attacks will be allowed. Please be respectful of others by keeping your comments brief and to the point. Next, the applicant will be allowed ample time to rebut any concerns expressed by other speakers. At this junction, no other comment will be allowed except by the board members. Then I will open a special session of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Then I will ask for a motion to approve, deny, or approve with conditions. The recommendation will be presented Monday night, September 14th, to the Board of Commissioners. The Planning and Zoning Commission is a recommending board only. The final decision will be made by the Board of Commissioners. Does any member of the planning and zoning need to recuse themselves for any business on the agenda tonight? Hearing none. Any questions from the audience on what I've read? Hearing none. We will now begin with our first request, and I will ask our zoning administrator to call the first applicant and to make her comments.
All right, so first we have Mr. Stanley Hill is requesting a conditional use permit for his 12.63 acres to operate a dirt go-kart racetrack on the property for commercial purposes. The property is located at 374 Adams Clark Road in Commerce on map 25, parcel 73 in District 1.
Mr. Hill?
Yes. That's about all I got to say, really. I mean, it's, we've had this thing for a long time, but we've never had it commercialized. That's what we're just trying to do now. We got this thing mainly for families to come out and enjoy themselves, and play with the kids, and the kids ride go-karts, and they do too. Everybody does. But it's not. We've been doing it for like 15 years off and on, so we never had any problems with it. But now that it's getting bigger, then it's more problems. That's all I got to say.
All right, any members of the board have any questions for Mr. Hill?
When you say this got bigger and there's more problems, what kind of
Well, I
problems?
mean, you know, we put it on the internet, on Facebook, and a whole lot of people came. And it's not a problem for me, but evidently it's a problem for the neighbors.
Any other questions?
Mr. Hill, sort of 300 people are showing up for this go-kart race. It's not just a family affair.
Oh, it's a lot of families.
Well, don't you think 300 is a lot? 300 people racing?
No, they're not 300 people racing. There's just the kids and the teenagers, and some old men get out there. I don't do it anymore because I'm too old, but a lot of them, there's usually like 30, 40 go-karts or something like that. Sometimes there's more.
So, I mean, you've been living on this property for how many years?
Since 1976.
And so you're well aware it's an A2 zone, which is agricultural.
No, I didn't have.
Surely you must have known that.
Why, how would I know?
You've lived there for 30 years.
I didn't know what the zoning was.
Well, A2, which is someone who owns between 10 and 25 acres, is where you're zoned. It's for agriculture. It's not for go-kart racing. There's nothing in the ordinance that will allow go-kart racing.
Well, I'm not a farmer, so I wouldn't.
Well, you should read the ordinance. The only thing that you're allowed to do on that acreage is to have horses or cows or goats or chickens, grow vegetables, hay. The ordinance specifically talks about a relationship between agriculture and low-density residential development. The only business allowed must be solely to provide agricultural services to persons and entities in the commercial production of agricultural products. These goods are limited to poultry, livestock, crops, and timber.
So I can have a chicken house, but I can't have racetracks.
No, you can't have a chicken house. You haven't got the room. You can have chickens. I saw your chickens. You've got ducks and pigs, and all the normal stuff that one would have there. Okay. And I'm surprised you haven't checked these ordinances and you just.
That's my land. I just figure I could do what I want to with it. I pay taxes on it. I pay enough taxes on it. I ought to be able to do what I want to.
Everyone pays taxes on their land.
Yes.
Okay, any other questions?
Yeah.
While I was out there, I know you want to try to bring some kind of entertainment to the community amusement, but my concern was the safety and the sanitary. When I looked, if it was to be approved, you said you put tires, but that was a big retention pond by there, and you said it's going to cars go over, y'all just tow them out, but,
Well, well, since we put that bank up around the back, it's not a problem. When you get up on that, they just stop.
oh, because,
We hadn't had anybody go over in years.
but I know, according to, I think, safety or whatever, you have to put fencing, isn't that? Fencing, and you're talking about a lot of people and, you know, children, and I know you have just tires up there, but still, if it should go, how fast are those cars going in?
Maybe 20, 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, and there was just me a concern about the safety. If there's no fencing or anything up there, and then it goes over the cliff right into the pond.
Well, you don't want a fence, because a fence, you ain't never seen anybody get in a chain link fence on a go-kart. It tears the meat up and bones.
Well, I mean, I've changed some kind of fencing, security. That's my concern, and
Well,
also,
we've been doing it a long time. We've never had any problems.
okay, sanitary, you said you had 3, portables out there, and where were they? I know I've seen one. I mean, with a lot of people, that's.
There was 3. There was 2 back around behind the white one. White one facing this way, and there's a pink one and a blue one around there on the other side.
So that would be enough for, what'd you say, 300 people?
Sure. We have them at the big racetracks all the time. It's not a problem. I've been racing cars for 50 years. Most of the racetracks have got water bodies. And if they got 2,000 people.
Yeah. What is the, you know, it's a lot of on if weather conditions. If it rained, that'll be a lot of mud out there, and people, how would that,
That's
in
why
that
it's
field
all
be?
grass. That's why it's all grass. They just park on the grass. I mean, it was actually raining. It rained just before the last time it was wet down there. It wasn't a problem.
Okay, any further questions on the board? Thank you, Mr. Hill. All right, at this point, I will open the public hearing. Is there anyone here that wants to speak in favor of this conditional use request? Anyone here wants to speak in favor? Hearing none. Is there anyone here wants to speak in opposition to this request?
Yes, sir.
Please come forward, state your name and address, please.
My name's Mike Ross, I live at 436 Adams Clark Road. We've lived there for over 20 years in peace and quiet, long before any racetrack. I'm here today to ask you to vote no on the conditional use request from Mr. Hill's go-kart track. This track is only 23 feet from my property line. And the video I'm going to play at the end, you can see just an obscene amount of dust, lights, and noise created by this track. You can't send a video because the smell of racing fuel, which lasts after the race is over, or the dust cloud that hangs in the air even after that. Bear in mind, those are just practice races. Just imagine what it would be like if they're out there racing for actual money. This thing's never been like what they're trying to do now. It's not been over 15 years it going like a big thing, never, or we would have been dealing with this then. Had it not been for y'all shutting them down, what you're going to see in that video, that would have been our 4th of July holiday. And it fell on a Saturday this year. And they had a big race planned for that day. Now imagine not being able to have your friends and family over for a cookout or sit around a pool on the 4th of July in your own home due to the outrageous amount of noise, dust, and disruption your neighbor is causing. The noise loud even inside the house. So far, I've spent several $1,000s on trees and turned several acres of land into a natural barrier to shield the view. Long before Mr. Hill started a Facebook page opening the track to the public, expecting 500 people and 200 go-karts. A vote yes would set new precedents in Madison County, meaning anyone who lives in Madison County could be subject to a commercial for-profit go-kart track opening within a literal stone's throw from their home under the guise of recreational development that goes for any zone, even residential, with the exception of A1. A vote yes would also be a vote for something that clearly violates state of Georgia OCGA Code 41.1.1, also known as the nuisance neighbor law. This law gives us the legal right to use and enjoy our property without outside interference that any reasonable person would consider disruptive. This code also states that an action can still be considered a nuisance even if the act itself is otherwise lawful. Play the video now. Hang on just a second. I want you to hear that. Now this video, like my house is actually closer than this video, so just let me know whenever you're ready. I'm gonna play the sound on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
You see the dust. You can just see the dust in now. That's at 10 o'clock at night. All the vegetation you see right there, that's on mine. I know everybody wants to do whatever they want to do on their own property, but if you believe that, then you have to believe that I have that same right. And what I want to do on my own property is not listen to that. So I just ask y'all to vote no.
All right, thank you, sir. Anyone else? Please come forward, state your name and address.
My name is Kelly Ross. I also live at 436 Adams Park Road. We do understand and believe in landowners being able to have the freedom on their property as long as it is not harming or devaluing their adjoining neighbors' livelihood, peace, health, or value of their property. If approved, this would diminish all property values adjoining Mr. Hill's property. During the practice races that Mr. Hill has already had, we've had dust settle on our vehicles, in our pool, and on our homes. Even if Mr. Hill moved his racetrack to the proposed 100 feet from our property line, we would still have dust settling on our home. If you've ever been to a dirt track of any kind, you know how much dust they create and how far it travels. Our son Logan has severe asthma. Dust is a very common trigger for asthma. We have a letter written and signed by his doctor stating his conditions, how any added dust could be detrimental to his health. I emailed a copy of this letter to your office last week. The current character of Adams Park Road is of the nature of single-family homes and farm use. A racetrack does not maintain the current character of the surrounding property. If you look under conditional uses on page 171, section 11.3, in the zoning ordinance, you will see it states a conditional use permit shall not be permitted if it will have an adverse effect on the health and safety of the surrounding neighbors, if the surrounding neighbors cannot enjoy their homes, or if it diminishes their property value. These rules and regulations have already been voted on and approved by the Board of Commissioners to protect Madison County. I also have emailed you a list of names, addresses, and phone numbers of the surrounding neighbors that could not be here tonight. We are also against this racetrack. With that, we ask that you vote no to this request. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
How much time is that?
We got about 10 minutes.
Anyone else? Please come forward.
Go ahead.
You next.
Me? My name's Scott Daly. I live at 1057 Sunray Hatchery Road. I've lived there since 1988. My property joins the back of Stanley's property where the go-kart track is. As far as the go-kart track goes, if Stanley and his family wants to ride go-karts down there, I'm completely fine with that. They can ride all they want to. They will never hear a word out of me. But as far as it being turned into a commercial track, and 300 or 400 people being down there, 150 to 200 go-karts, that's just gonna be too much noise to deal with. And I can already sit in the house and count every lap they make. And you get that many go-karts down there, and it's gonna be 10 times worse. and I don't care nothing about hearing that much noise every weekend from now on. And I don't think anybody that don't own a racing go-kart would wanna hear that either. So, that's why I'm opposed to this conditional use permit. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Next.
Yeah, I'm Jacob McCarthy. I live off 631 Adams Park Road. On the other side of the stand, a little bit down, and we've heard the racing going on. And I don't mind, like I said, have family over, but when you start having multiple hundreds of people, the noise, and how about security? I haven't heard nothing about security. Cause problems when you start having a bunch of people coming over. And my wife, she has lung issues, and it does get dusty. Sometimes it'll come over, and we just think that there's a time and a place, and this is not the place. It's not the time, because I just retired. I want to enjoy my life, and I don't want to hear racing every weekend with hundreds of people. It's just not right. I paid too much money. I worked too hard. I want my own place. I want it quiet. I don't mind agriculture, the smell. I can handle the smell, and but the noise, I can't deal with. That's all I have to say.
All right, thank you, sir. Anyone else? Let's go forward. State your name and address.
Hello, my name is Joey Ross. I live at 1059 Sunray Hatchery Road with my girlfriend Melissa Poole. Melissa couldn't be here today because she is in school. This property is next to Stanley Hills Go-kart track. I'm asking you please vote no on this. You cannot imagine just how loud this track is in and outside of our home. You can only experience it to get a full understanding of how disruptive this is to what used to be peaceful weekends in our own home. Disturbing the peace is an understatement. Melissa trying to study or do homework while the races go on is out of the question. This is unacceptable by a long shot. I truly believe there's not a person here who would vote in favor of this if they had to live next to it and didn't have a personal stake in it. I mind my own business and respect everyone's right to do what they want on their property unless it's affecting others negatively, and that's why we're here. My friends and I love shooting guns, but I would never have everyone over to target practice for hours on end out of respect for my neighbors, and that's the same respect that I'm asking for here. Thank you.
Sir? Anyone else? Anyone else? All right, Mr. Hill, you've heard, many speak. You have any rebuttal or any last statement?
Well, we have got stuff we've got equipment now to take care of the dust. That wouldn't be a problem, but I don't know what and we can also dim the lights. We can lose the lights, whatever that needs to be done. But, and the noise is not going to be like it was the other day because we got to unstop mufflers and not the racing stuff, you know.
All right, with that, I will close the public hearing and I will bring it back to the board for any discussion. And after discussion, I will entertain a motion to approve, to deny, or to approve with conditions. Any comments from the board members?
Yes, I had a buddy who used to race go-karts, and I raced some at one time just for a little bit. I know they're loud, because he used to race 2 cycles, and sooner or later this track may go to 2 cycles. We don't never know, because we get 4 cycles in there, they may go to 2 cycles. But with this, the noise is, in my opinion, is too much for where it's at. The racetrack is too close to property lines, and all. And this statement I make was to deny this rezone application.
Okay, before I entertain that motion, is there any other comments?
Joe, that video there is pretty damning. The noises, you know, goes on for hour after hour, lap after lap. Do you not see that as a violation of their living conditions there?
What you heard was stuff that we're not running.
How can you say that what you hear now is going to be different from the future?
Because I done told everybody they have its own internet, they got to install equipment up there. It ain't no louder than your lawnmower.
Guy, we've passed the debate stage now, okay? Any other comments or questions? We have a motion on the floor to deny. Do I get a second?
A second.
A motion and a second to deny this conditional use request. Any last comments or questions? Motion on the floor to deny. Got it.
Deny.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Hill, your request, conditional use request has been denied by this board. I will present it to them to the Board of Commissioners on September 14th, right here. Our recommendation will be to deny, but they have a final say. For all of you that spoke against this conditional use request, I encourage you to be here for the second public hearing. All right, moving on. Number 2.
We have Roger and Cynthia Warren are requesting to rezone a 2.02 acre portion containing their son's home that's under construction of their 6.02 acre property from AR to R1 to split the 2.02 acres out with a home. To get their son for mortgage purposes, the remaining 4 acres will remain in the AR zone and will be retained. The property is located at 278 Bridlewood Trail in Hull on that 14th, parcel 72-01 in District 1.
Roger or Cynthia Warren,
Yes.
please come forward.
Well, like the other gentleman said, it's pretty much said it all, but I'll add a few things. We've been in Madison County since 2021. We finished our home, which we live on the Bridlewood side, is our address. We'd offered an opportunity for my son and his wife, and now their little 2-year-old, to come out to the property to build a home, and the county allowed us to do that a couple years ago. So that's been started, and then
One more.
sure.
We can't close the door. For prior purposes, we can't close the door. Just leave it open. I think Scott will take care of it. Okay, go ahead.
Like I said, we offered them an opportunity to come out to the house, or to our property to build a home, which is doing now. It is under the phase right now of having the rough-in completed, getting ready for within a couple of weeks of the rough-in inspection. Eddie's coming out tomorrow to visit us for progress. They sold their home in 2023 to come out with us. We weren't able to split it before, but now we're at a point where he needs more funds to complete the house, and without having property, you're kind of stuck not getting a loan to have the property in the home to finish, or to get a loan, period. So that's kind of where we're at with things. I would very much like to say yes to this and move it on to the commissioners to split the property, for him to have the 2.02 acres, for him and his family to reside here in this county.
All right, any questions for Mr. Ward?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Warren, I'm trying to understand how we got to this point, and the reason I'm asking this question is, this is a 6-acre parcel in the agricultural area, there are some smaller lots around there, but there are none that are zoned high-density R1 lots. And if you have a lot 2 acres, that would constitute an R1 lot, a high-density residential lot. And there's none around there whatsoever. How did we get to this point? Because I know that we had a rezone back in 23. Back in 23 with the intent of doing that for an ADU, for an additional home.
Right.
And now it's rocked on for 3 years.
Yeah, once he started the materials and all the expenses of building the house, and clearing the property also ended up being more than we expected. The reason he was not gonna be able to finish it as is, without getting additional funding. So that was, the intent was to do this to begin with, but y'all had changed, or the county had changed the ruling, I think, 2 months before he came out. So we were kind of unfortunate, and I think you have to have 8 acres to be able to split it. But, so we fell 2 months shy of that to begin with, or we would have already accomplished that task of needing to have some acreage. So we were just a little late to the party with that.
Well, there's nothing,
that's
nothing that any of us would like to see more than for him to finish a house that he's already started. I guess my concern is, the plan from the get-go was to build this home in a timely fashion, and there's been four extensions over that period of time, and now the permit has run out again.
We've done most of the work ourselves, but now we're hiring contractors to finish it up faster.
Right.
And it's been slow going. He works a full-time job. I'm retired, but I'm kind of the helper. I'm the old guy, so to help him do stuff. But he's fought tooth and nail to try to do as much as he can to save money for his family.
How much longer will it take?
We should be through before Christmas. Maybe
I have a question. When you came in and you asked for the ADU,
yes,
were you aware that it couldn't be split?
we were. That's what we wanted to begin with at that time. But like I said, we were 2 months out of the rule change. And they said, well, we can't do that, but we can do that. We could have, I'd made a note in here, I should have fought a little bit harder back then to try to do it then, to try to get it approved then. But we were just trying to get it started and thought that was the best way at the time, since that's what y'all offered us to run with.
Okay, I guess my comment or my thoughts are, I feel for getting your house halfway or 3/4 away, and you get stuck with it. But when you came before us the first time, it was for an ADU, and hopefully you understood then that you couldn't get a loan on it because it wasn't on its own property.
Right. We're pleading again to try to do this because of where we're at. I mean, he has his own address off of Lucky Jones, so it makes sense to us to split that, to have a property that faces the other road. He already has 1142 Lucky Jones address.
Do you have any other options other than to split the property? Is there any other way to make this work and get the house completed without splitting the property?
There's no way for him to get a loan. We've Cindy and I have helped, and still having a good bit with finances, but to finish it up, he's gonna need more, which will require a home loan or construction loan.
Can I ask, what was the time frame when you got it approved for the ADU? You began on the
I think we started in 24, is that right, Hank? Yeah.
24.
Permit was issued in October of 24, but the rezone for the ADU was in October of 23.
So you were, at that time, you were expecting to do this all by yourself? And did you think about, I mean, I understand, but adjusting the budget to get to finish it? So, because, that's what I'm looking at, that you kind of ran over a budget, now you need to
unexpected things is if anybody's built a house, it doesn't go as smooth as you plan. So he's cut things out of the budget to try to save money to keep moving forward with the money he had out of their home and commerce, plus just the regular savings. But yeah, we thought of all that to begin with. I wish we could have got it done first go round, but here we are. So.
So it's like there's nothing around there that is the R1, the 510.
What difference would that make?
Because of our comprehensive plan, that's a county plan, we have different zones. We have A1, A2, R1, R3s, and because of the citizens got together and they had meetings and they came up with comp plans, and R1s are allowed in certain areas, R3s are allowed in certain areas, and this is one of those areas that R1, according to the comp plan, is not allowed.
You can have an ADU.
You have ADU, but not split for property. But
we have residences up and down that road that are resembling that. I mean, they're not big acreage.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. But prior to the comprehensive plan, they were already there.
Right.
So you can't, just go away with it.
That's why I say we were just 2 months out of accomplishing that to begin with, but we missed the boat.
Understand. Any further questions?
No, I'll tell you the same thing. I don't want to be punitive as far as it goes, but there has to be some measure that we're going to go by here, and unfortunately, that's just what this is. This allows the county to plan for growth, both, if we do it here, where we tell someone no at that point. And unfortunately, this just kind of falls into one of those areas where, this is not a zone, or, an R1 is not, a zoning classification that was identified for this area, and you're asking, why does it matter? Well, there's infrastructure and those type of things that the county's trying to allocate budgets for.
Don't y'all give variances for different problems that come up or situations that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why I look at this.
We're
not looking to do anything crazy with the property.
You're not asking for a variance. So we can't consider a variance in this case. You're not asking for a variance. You're asking for a rezone.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
What is a variance? And you're varying from the rule that you have in the comprehensive plan.
That's what you have to, if that's what you want, then that's what you have to ask for, to deviate from what the plan says. Okay?
I thought it's
your application is to rezone this portion of land.
Right.
To split it, and we're not allowed to do that.
So what if I had asked for a variance, what would have happened?
Well, I don't know if it were passed or not. You had to present it the same way you're presenting, this tonight. And Mr. Attorney, maybe you can clarify that a little bit more for us.
Variances are in section or chapter 11 of your zoning ordinance, and they're only for certain things. I don't believe there's one that would apply to this situation.
All right, any further questions for Mr. Morrison? All right, thanks, sir. All right, open the public hearing. Is there anyone here who wants to speak in favor of this rezone request? Anyone here wants to speak in favor? Hearing none, we'll move on. Is there anyone who wants to speak in opposition? Anyone wants to speak in opposition? Hearing none, I will close the public hearing. I'll bring it back before the board, and I will entertain a motion to approve, to deny, or approve with conditions.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to deny this request.
I have a motion to deny. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any questions or comments that haven't already been made? All right, Cynthia?
Yes.
Yes to deny, right? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
we have a 5-0 decision. I will present this to the Board of Commissioners on September the 14th. They will have the final say. Mr. Warren, I hope that you will be here and present your case to them. All right, moving on, number 3.
Ms. Gail Fitzpatrick is requesting to rezone for 37.96 acres from A1 to A2 to divide the property into 2 equal tracts consisting of 18.98 acres, each for inheritance purposes. The property is located at 1212 Hudson Rivers Church Road in Danielsville on map 24, parcel 58 in District 1.
Ms. Fitzpatrick? Name and address, please. Name and address, please.
Gail Fitzpatrick, 1466 Hudson Rivers Church Road, Danielsville.
Okay. Tell us what you want us to know.
This is family property I've lived on all my life, and I'm just trying to plan for the inevitable, and I would like to share half the property when I die, not if I die, when I die, to be left to my only sibling. That's it. No other changes.
Any questions for Ms. Fitzpatrick? Hearing none. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll open the public hearing. Does anyone want to speak in favor of this rezone request? Anyone want to speak in opposition to this rezone request? Hearing none, I'll bring it back before the board and they'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve. Second.
So a motion.
There's not a discussion.
I'm going to that. A motion and a second. Any questions or comments before we vote?
On this one, I think we discussed condition about the non-productive poultry houses, that they remain, that might be a condition.
Speak up a little bit, I'm not hard of hearing
That's a
that.
condition that, poultry houses remain
Non-active.
non-productive.
Okay, are there poultry houses on the property?
Yes. One was when I was born, so that's 56. So these are only ones used for storage. The others are in disrepair. There's no way you could use them. No way. I grew up, we raised chickens, so I know what you have to do. And they haven't been used in, oh gosh, 30 years. So,
Yeah.
So you want to, amend the motion or to add that condition?
Well, I'm asking, is that something that
You can.
should
You
be, yeah,
I'm in the motion that they chicken houses remain non-productive.
Okay, we have a motion and a second that this rezone request be approved, that, with the condition that the poultry houses, remain inactive. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
yep.
All right, Mr. Patrick, this has been approved. I will present it to the Board of Commissioners on September 14th.
thank you.
All right, next.
Yeah, Ms. Gail Bales is requesting to rezone a 8.78 acre portion of her 13.37 acres from A2 to AR for a standalone tract. The remaining 4.84 acres will remain in the A2 zone to be combined with a 5.16 acre portion from her A2 adjoining property, 9640, for a 10 acre standalone tract. The property is located at 2337 New Hope Church Road in Comer on map 96, parcel 42 in District 4.
Ms. Bales? Mr. Bales?
I'm Albert Bales, I'm Gail's son. She's unable to be here tonight. She's been in the hospital for the last week, so I'm here to speak to her behalf.
Hope she's doing okay?
Yes, sir. Yeah, she's getting around a little bit better. She's had some serious serious pain issues, and she's doing that. Thank you. So, we've had a family farm for years, and it's been split up, as you can see. Since purchased small pieces here and there of it, and then grew it to what it is. She's got grandkids now that are wanting to build houses and need land, of course. So the situation is she's trying to break it up into close to 10-acre tracts as she can to give it to them in order for them to have some stake to build. And the piece that's being rezoned, I don't think it touches anybody, but we put the signs up for the notice for them. And that's about it. Not planning on building anything, no go-kart track or nothing, so.
Okay.
Maybe a house or two.
All right. Any questions for Mr. Bailey?
Well, I guess.
And the poultry houses are non-productive, they're just hay barns, so.
I understand that,
Yep.
but can we go to the Q public one? Okay, now there, it looks like those poultry houses are off your is that your property too, that the end of them are sticking on?
Yes, ma'am, that's
Oh, okay.
part of it, yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, it goes all the way up to the V of the road there, yeah. The black line, yeah.
Okay, the black line,
Yes,
you see
ma'am.
the black line. So that process over into your,
Just trying to square it up a little, I guess you'd say.
Any further questions? Hearing none? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll close the public, I'm sorry, we'll open the public hearing. Anyone here wants to speak in favor of the rezone request? Hearing none, anyone want to speak in opposition? Hearing none, I'll bring it back before the board and we'll entertain a motion.
well, I don't entertain a motion, but we talked about, a couple of conditions.
All right, make a motion with the conditions.
That it be approved with conditions, and I hope you'll help me out. It was that it must be deeded. Was that,
What? Sorry,
deeded?
I don't remember or understand.
Possible condition that must be deeded. Was he not given some property?
Ready to go, baby.
I think she referred to the 3.3 acres in the middle that was Z-barred. But I think she spoke with the commissioner about leaving that just attached to the track with the chicken houses now, so. And then we'll deal with that later.
Okay, so maybe you're talking about, on the site plan, a condition that tract A be combined with acreage across, on the other side of Holly Creek Church Road.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that would make sense.
That's deeded? But he could
Well,
take care of that
deed
later?
is not the word.
Oh, I'm
but-
sorry.
Yeah, but, yeah, so your motion would be to approve with the condition that tract A on the site plan be combined with property on the opposite side of Holly Creek Church Road to create a tract of at least 10 acres.
And that was just because the same person was not the owner of both of those tracts that we're trying to combine.
Yeah, I think it's because those are staying in the A2 classification, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Albert owns 6.73 acres where the part that's in the triangle is owned by Gale. There's two separate owners.
You're, so that's where I think the deed came.
Oh, I see, that's where the deed comes from, okay.
But both of those will be in your name.
Eventually, yes, sir, we can do that later.
I mean,
It doesn't have to be done now.
we just typically don't talk about it, but as you know, within 6 months of a rezone, if it's granted, the plat has to be recorded. Tract A would not, if it's zoned A2, the plat couldn't be recorded. So that will have to be accomplished within 6 months anyway, for them to be able to bring in a But if you wanna make the condition just of belt and suspenders, that's fine. The tract A has to be combined with other acreage to create at least 10-acre tract.
Because if not, we can't pull or subdivide tract A because it's 3.3 acres. It
That's
cannot
right.
be its own parcel.
It can't be its own parcel, that's right.
Okay, does someone want to define
So there's
that?
already been a motion.
Define the commotion, redefine the,
Do you want me to state the motion?
Yes, state the motion.
Condition again?
yes.
Okay, the condition would be the tract A be combined with additional acreage to create a parcel of at least 10 acres.
And,
Also, the chicken
be
houses,
non-productive.
non-productive in the future.
Yeah.
The poultry houses remain non-productive. Okay, we have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a second. Any further comment? We're done. Lee?
Yes.
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 All right, sir. This has been approved from this board. I will present it to the Board of Commissioners on September 14th. Do suggest that you be here.
Thank you.
All right, moving on.
We have Ms. Robin Head is requesting to rezone a 12-acre portion of her 55.213 acres from A1 to A2 to split and give to child the remaining 43.214 acres, 214 acres will remain in the A1 zone to be retained. The property is located at 471 Donald Smith Road in Hull on map 26, parcel 25 in District 1.
All right, Head? Head?
Hello,
Hi.
my name is Robin Head. I purchased property at 471 Donald Smith Road. It's a just a little over a 55-acre tract. And what I'm asking, if I could zone out 12 acres to give to my daughter and my son-in-law and their 2 children. And this is going to be part of her inheritance in the future.
Okay. Questions? Ms. Head?
Since we're on the subject of poultry houses tonight, I know these poultry houses are
Yes,
not
sir.
productive.
They're non-productive. They've been non-productive since 2017, and the first one on the street is not even structurally sound. So there will be no chickens.
Just wanted to confirm.
Thank you.
Since we're on the roll tonight.
Has this property been split before?
This property actually has not been split right beside it. Mr. Smith did own multiple other properties that have been split several times, but this one was not part of it.
I just do remember.
Yes, sir. There was a lot going on with it.
Okay. Any further questions for Ms. Head? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, is there anyone here that wants to speak in favor of this rezone request? Hearing none, is there anyone here who wants to speak in opposition? Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing, bring it back for the board, and I'll entertain a motion.
Thank you. I wanted to ask, because we're making a whole new lot, and the chicken farms the chicken houses are very close to that.
Mm-hmm.
That is conditional, we need to do that.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll make a motion that we approve with the condition that the chicken houses remain non-productive.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. We get a second.
Second.
So we move and probably second that, this request be approved with conditions that the poultry houses remain inactive. Any further comments or questions? All right, Mr. Smith.
Yes.
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 Yes. All right, this has been approved, and we will present it to the Board of Commissioners on September 14th.
Thank you.
All right, next.
is Mr. Ashley and Rebecca Bowen are requesting to rezone their 11.45 acres from A1 to A2 to allow a second home to be placed on the property as an accessory dwelling unit for a family member. The property is located at 619 Frank Bird Road in Commerce on map 24, parcel 11 in District 1.
All right.
Good afternoon, yes,
sir. Hey.
My name's Ashley Bowen. I live at 619 Frankfurt Road. Dad passed away back on Memorial Day. Mom doesn't, she lives in Wonder right now, so she's not a very good area, so we're trying to get her out of there. And we plan on living here the rest of our lives, and like her to move over there, and we want to add an additional house to the back to move her over there.
All right, any questions for Mr. Bowen? Mr. Bowen, I'm sure you've been sitting here and you heard one or other request tonight. We'll make sure you're aware of accessory dwelling.
Yes.
What problems it could cause. Okay, any other comments or questions for Mr. Bowen?
This ain't got no chicken house.
No, sir.
I know the last three has, I'm just making sure.
No go-kart.
Okay, any further questions? Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
All right, we'll open the public hearing. If anyone wants to speak in favor of this rezone request? Anyone want to speak in opposition? Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing. I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve.
A motion to approve?
Second.
Have a second. Any further questions, comments? All right, Guy, I believe it's on you.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
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 All right.
Thank you.
One, this has been approved, and again, I will present to the Board of Commissioners on September 4th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next,
And Mr. Ronnie Prince is requesting to rezone his 24.17 acres from A1 to A2 to split the property into two equal tracts of 12.08 acres. The property is located at 0 Cary Ford Road in Danielsville on map 50, parcel 61B in District 4.
all right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My name is Ronnie Prince.
Prince.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I get it all the time. The property in question is at 0 Cary Ford Road, and I currently reside in Forsyth, Georgia, down in Monroe County. Our plan for this property, we will not be having no chicken houses, and I will not be gifting anything. But our plan is to take the 24 acres, to split it into two equal tracts, a little over 12 acres for each tract. I will be selling one of those tracts to my son who is sitting right there. And we plan on building two houses on this 24 acres and moving up here, and we want to just have a family farm. And, this is where we plan on living for the rest of our lives, like the gentleman just said.
Okay. Questions? Does both parcels have road frontage?
Yes.
Yes, I think it's about 900 feet total
Okay.
between the two.
Further questions? Thanks, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll open the public hearing. Anyone here want to speak in favor? Hearing none, anyone want to speak in opposition? Hearing none, I'll bring it back before the board and entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve as presented.
We have a motion to approve as presented.
Okay.
2 seconds.
Here you go.
Any further questions? Cynthia?
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
All right, it has been approved, and I will recommend to the Board of Commissioners that they also approve it on September 14th.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, next,
And Mr. Christopher Jones is requesting to rezone a 6.58 acre portion of his property from A2 to AR to split for a standalone tract, and to rezone the remaining 4.42 acres from A2 to R1, split into one 2.65 and one 1.77 acre tract for rental purposes. The property is located at 0 Tommy James Road in Hull on map 30, parcel 13101 in District 3.
All right. Mr. Jones.
I'm Chris Jones, 605 Ed Cole Road. So I want to split this up. It's just 11 acre tract of woods. It's doing nothing. I'm making any money. So I'm going to use it to make some money.
You make some money.
Okay. And I'm worried because y'all a bunch of chicken house haters here. I got chicken house.
We're not bothered.
Don't be hating. So. But it joins the trailer park, but I got a commercial trailer park.
It joins what?
Tommy James, the trailer park. I got a commercial trailer park already. It joins the property.
So that's what you're trying to sell for trailer park?
Do what?
You're trying to sell these?
I'm not gonna sell them, I'm gonna rent them.
Oh, rental.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use for renting. I already got a bunch of rentals right there, so I just wanna add some more to it, so.
Oh, you're gonna add.
It's a
trailer.
11 acre tract of wood, it's holding the world together.
Trailer rental? Is that what-
So I'm putting them on. That's what I did, I put one in a few of them across the road.
Okay, this meets the, for R1.
Yes, it is consistent.
It's consistent.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to make sure that that's on record.
Yes, sir.
Can you go to the key public? Just for clarification, the road there is a private drive, right? That's not a county road, private drive. And the maximum number of lots that you can have access into private drive is 4. But I understand those two lots that she's pointing to there are now
Yes,
one
sir,
lot, right?
that's a 30 acre tract. Yes,
So you'll have 3 lots within the blue area, and then that big area will be the 4th lot to access that road. Correct?
Yes, yes.
So all of those that are within the trailer park, that would be the 5th parcel accessing that road if they
No.
use that road.
Just
Where
be
you-
four, they just be 4 because these divided into 3, be 3, and then these is the 4.
So the people within the mobile home park will access onto that core road?
Yes,
Or on
through
the
this
private
road
road?
right here, through this private road, here by the all right now. They'll be going out the same drive and using that.
What I'm saying is, you can only have 4 parcels accessing a private drive.
There's really 1, 2, 3, 4. I own this land back here, so this land's going.
How is that big part
How do you
accessed?
access it though?
How do you access the big part?
Right here, I come down the driveway, come over here too.
Okay, well, that's what he's saying. He's saying that will be,
I can put a road right through it, I own this one right here too.
So right now, it's just that private drive, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, well, say I own this too, and
Right.
I own it, say yeah.
so you understand, I think what Lee's trying to point out is that if this is approved, then you would have to put another driveway in somewhere. Because you can't have the 4 parcels
So basically,
accessed by a private drive.
Mobile home park right here. Is it gonna just be accessed off Ed Pool, or will it be accessed off Tommy James? Because technically, this one is being accessed from it, and then these 3 would make 4. And this one would make 5 if it continues.
But that's not, you don't have that done yet. You're saying you could.
I ain't got nothing done, so y'all approve it.
Well,
Well, that would have to be a condition, is that right?
Yes, sir.
well, can I ask you on that 6.58, okay, you're gonna put 1 mobile home on each acre? Or
Well,
that 6 is
it's
gonna be
11
4?
acre tract.
No, I mean, you're splitting.
It's an 11 acre tract right today, it's 11 acres. We had a plat done, he divided it up like that, Tommy,
Right.
Tommy Ball.
So I'm saying, you said you wanna put some rentals on it, mobile homes.
I wanna put one, I can put two on it like it is right now.
Oh, that's
I wanna
what
put
I'm
three, I wanna put three on the, since I joined, or five or whatever, since I joined the commercial truck park.
Okay. So that's different when you have that many homes.
I'm still
Well,
not,
they're-
you're wanting to put one mobile home
No.
on each one of those parcels.
On them three tracks, yes.
Okay.
That's what it was an 11 acre tract.
Yeah, right.
One Tommy
So
divided.
now you're gonna have three, so it would be three mobile homes, one for each.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I thought he said more than one on those.
No.
Okay, one.
Yeah, I'd like to put 11 on there.
Yeah.
But we know that's not.
Yeah, I know, but you want, on one, you want to put 1, 2, you want to put 1 and 3, because 3 has 6 acres, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You putting just one on
It's
it.
just the way he divided it up, I think, to try to even up the lot size.
So no more than one's going on,
No, ma'am,
on 3.
three on the 11 acre tract.
Okay, 1 on 3 on the 6 acres.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Any further questions?
Yeah, across from here, these are most homes lined up already.
Yeah, I understand you guys, but I'm saying if you're putting more than 1 on 3, because you have 6 acres there.
Yeah, no, I just want to put one on each one of those tracks.
Any further questions? Thank you, Mr. Jones. All right, we will open the public hearing. Does anyone want to speak in favor of this rezone request?
Me?
Anyone want to speak in opposition? Hearing none, I'll bring it back before the board and I'll entertain a motion to approve, to deny, or approve with conditions.
I need to ask a question. What to you, I guess. Would he have to split that again if he wanted to put more than 1 on that 6 acres?
Yeah, I was just checking that, so, the application, as I read it, is for AR on the 6 acre tracts, and then R1 on the other 2. So now the minimum acreage is 4 acres in AR, so it could not be split again without another rezone.
It can't be split because of how the land lays in there.
Okay.
You couldn't have split it if y'all allowed it, you know.
Okay.
Because technically, if it was, it can't be because of the rules.
Exactly, because
of the way it's
going to AR. It's not,
Because it's going to AR.
only 1 and 2 are going to R1.
He'd have to come back and rezone it again to AR. Well,
he did rezone it again,
well, yeah, I know he can't do it.
Have to address the access issue as well, but yeah.
Okay.
All right. I will entertain a motion. Anyone? I gotta have something to present, I can't do it.
I'm being hesitant only because I don't fully understand the 4 lot to the private drive answer.
All right, on this, it does have road frontage and it is serviced by Ed Cole Road.
Correct.
Yeah, I probably got about 1,500 feet of road frontage on it, from the whole property.
Well, that can be a condition.
That parcel is 52 acres and it does have road frontage off of Ed Cole Drive.
What's that parcel number while you're looking at it?
0031092.
So the condition would be that parcel 0031-092 be accessed off Ed Coyle Road.
That's not a part of this rezone. He owns it, and this actually has enough road frontage, and it is serviced by, there's just, this parcel is also served by the private drive.
Right.
Which then creates some challenge for our.
Yeah, I gets into interpretation of the no more than 4, and I don't have that in front of me at the moment, but, I think that's been, I'm shooting from the hip now, as we so often do. I think that's been interpreted to mean that no more than 4 parcels have only the private road access. And I think that's the point you're making, right?
Correct, is that 50-acre tract already has access off of, but it also utilizes the private drive as well.
But are you suggesting, and it's fine, so the interpretation that it doesn't need to be in condition because it doesn't depend on that private drive?
Correct.
For access. Okay.
So I make a motion to approve as presented.
Okay.
Second. All right, we have a motion to approve as presented and a second. Any further comments or questions? All right, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
All right. Mr. Jones, this has been approved,
Thank you.
and I will present it to the Board of Commissioners on September 14th.
Thank you.
All right, next.
Melanie Hardman, trustee for the Adams Family Trust, is requesting to rezone a 5-acre portion of the property from A1 to AR to split for a family member and to rezone a 39.434 acre portion from A1 to A2 to split into 2 tracts consisting of one 22.271 and one 17.217 acre tract for family members. The remaining 28.336 acres will remain in the A1 zone for a standalone tract for a family member. The property is located at 2563 Adderhold Rogers Road in Commerce on map 11, parcel 92 in District 1.
All right, Hartman. Oh, there you are. I'm sorry.
Melanie Hardman, live at 2397 Adderhold Rogers Road, Commerce. And this is for future inheritance purposes, and the 5-acre tract currently has a mobile home that will be sold and moved off the property, and I will build a home on that 5 acre. All the other, everything stays in the trust except for that 5 acre.
That's it.
That's basically it.
Okay.
Our mother lives in the home that's in tract 1 currently.
Yeah.
Each one of these has their own drive?
A drive on the 5-acre tract 3A and a drive for tract 1 where the home is. And then to the right of the home where tract 2 comes around, circles around. To the right, that is an established driveway that went to the chicken houses that were in the back part of the property that are no longer there.
Okay.
They're gone. But that's an established driveway, and so that's why we wanted to keep that with tract 2.
So, that would be, okay, this is the thing we had about this little piece there.
That little sliver.
Yeah, that little sliver. So is that, because you have road frontage for tract 2, I'm sure you have AMP, but are you using that little driveway? Which I'm probably sure it doesn't.
There's no driveway on tract 2 except on the right side.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's the driveway that would be used in the future for tract 2.
So,
for tract
is
2.
there enough road frontage for that?
There's more below it.
There's more over here on this side.
Yeah, but she said that's not what they're using. They're using that little sliver.
Well, it's just for a
Well,
road.
yeah, driveway.
Oh,
driveway.
driveway.
It's just a driveway, this is the road frontage right here.
Oh, so I mean the driveway doesn't have to have that. That's going, okay. Okay.
There's springs on the left side of that property, but, and that's why we don't want to put a road on the left side.
Oh, okay. We was confused about that little piece.
All right. Any further questions for Hartman? Thank you. All right, we will open the public hearing. Anyone want to speak in favor of this rezone request? Hearing none, anyone want to speak in opposition? Hearing none, Lee.
Oh, we didn't make a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion to approve is second. Lee.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this has been approved, will be presented to the Board of Commissioners September, second public hearing.
Thank you.
All right, next.
We have Mr. Barry Ward, applicant for D. Williams Properties LLC, is requesting to rezone the 115.967 acres from A1 to industrial to develop a 13-lot industrial park with lot sizes ranging from 5 to 21.120 acres. The property is located at 184 D. Williams Road in Commerce on map 1, parcel 41 in District 1.
Lord?
Yes, sir. Yes, my name's Barry Lord. I reside at 437 Sound Mountain Boulevard in Commerce, and I'm the consultant for D. Williams Properties on this property. And as was stated, we're trying to divide it. I'm going to rezone it to industrial, have a 13-lot subdivision. Glad to answer any questions.
What type of businesses are you open to?
Well, like manufacturing, no outdoor activities very much. I know we got a list from the county of possible conditions, and we're fine with all those.
You're fine with all those?
Yes, sir. I don't know if I didn't know if y'all had a copy of
We've
that.
seen them.
Yeah, okay. I
think we have.
I figured you had, so.
Yeah, I've got a copy of that. Okay.
You don't have any prospects that might have conditional, that might be contingent on you getting this approved?
No, ma'am. I think it is being marketed through, the Madison County
Oh, gosh.
Chamber, yes.
Now, I noticed this, so this is just a curiosity, I guess.
Yes, sir.
It says, sizes ranging from 5 to 21.120 acres. Why 21? I mean, why?
Well, can I show you on the board?
Sure.
Okay. Basically, the topography, and, you know, it was not really cost effective to try to put another road in. And so we just, the usable areas are not gonna be, somebody's just gonna be buying extra land as far as, but, we don't foresee anything because these green lines, the ones that are closer together, those are, draws or ditches. And so those, you know, won't be crossed, so the buildable areas will be up in this area. But it wasn't feasible to try to do anything back here like in these corners.
So that's not actually gonna be usable land?
No, ma'am, it's not.
Is that only on that one lot?
Basically, it's on, 9, 8, and 7. You know, we wouldn't be back in that area.
What land is?
Any further questions for Mr. Lord?
I will give you a heads up. I talked to Commissioner Adams today.
Mhm.
Do you know him?
Yes.
Okay. He might have some issues he wants to discuss with you about the ingress and egress points, being on a county road versus on a state highway.
Right.
I know that the phase 1, is accessed off of, is it 98? or-
No, 98.
It's access off D. Williams.
Is it
Well,
really?
this was a different company,
Right, okay.
but it is access here. One reason that we had worked with some people in the county is we're trying to tie the water from this phase through so we can tie it into, to close the loop for the water. And the county has put 2 wells, 2 county water wells on the property.
If you know him, you might touch base
I'll
with
be
him.
glad
I know he had some.
Yeah, I'll be glad to
concerns,
answer
not
any
concerns,
questions.
but some questions about it. And at the commission meeting, he's probably gonna ask you.
Right.
But it might be best to work that out with him ahead of time.
Any further questions?
Yes, sir. I do. Oh,
No, we're not the public.
No,
Just for
you're
the
not
board.
ready for me.
We're not in public hearing yet.
Okay.
Any further questions from board members from Mr. Lord? Okay, thank you. Now, I will open the public hearing. If anyone here wants to speak in favor, I think comments in favor of this rezone request. Hearing none. If anyone wants to speak in opposition or have questions, please come forward, state your name and address.
I'm Karen Cosgrove. I live at 4106 Blacks Creek Church Road. I've lived in this community on McGinnis Chandler and Blacks Creek since 1973. When they first proposed the industrial development on 98 there, it's there now.
Mm-hmm.
I was told it would only be on 98. But now there's a road, a Seymour Boulevard or something, that trucks come off there, they come down to Williams, they hit Blacks Creek, it's posted, no through trucks, they don't care. There's no enforcement there, no one stopping them and saying, you know, you're not supposed to be here, you're supposed to be on 98. So, there's noise pollution, and myself and others are concerned about not just noise pollution, but air pollution. We're also concerned that this whole area is residential. McGinnis Chandler Road, Black Street Church Road, Mize Road, D. Williams Road, except for what the industrial development that's been put on 98. I'm not looking forward to having this. We don't know what kind of industry is going to be there. We don't know how it's going to affect our property value. Will it make our taxes go up? Will it go down? These are all questions that I'm putting to y'all. I talked to Dennis Adams earlier. I had been told the original that's there now would only be on 98, and it was going to be one warehouse. Well, that's not, I don't have any idea what is there. I don't know how I find out what is there and what's proposed to be on this new part. And this land is zoned currently agricultural. And I thought that's what Madison County wanted, to keep farms. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else want to speak in opposition? Please come forward, state your name. State your name and address and tell us what you want us to know.
Brett Freeman, live at 874 McGinnis Chandler Road. I've been there since 86, same spot, 40 years. I know a lot of my neighbors up the road have been there longer than I, you know, and I know Barry Lord, he's a heck of a good guy. I've known him over 50 years. He's a good guy, but that's got nothing to do with this, you know. And he and I talked. I'm against it. You know, there's a creek runs through the property. It's already filled up with mud, you know, from past stuff. You know, this one district. I mean, it's there to see. From when the chicken houses, you know, were built, they cut a ditch across some of the property I owned where the retention pond drained across. You know, and it's a rough piece of land, like you said, it really is. So there's going to be a ton of grading, a ton of noise. You know, there's going to have to be a bridge put in, and I'm sure somebody's, you know, aware of that, you know, down there. Unless they're going to put a lake and do away with the big spring or something, you know. And one of the biggest things is, you know, property value. And, you know, the noise, the traffic on McGinnis Chandler is going to be a lot. You know, just paving the road you know, made it a lot more. It was dirt actually when I went there. You know, and part of it got paved, if you guys remember, and then they paved, maybe in the 90s or early 2000s, they paved from the creek on to 98, you know. It really increased traffic coming through there, you know, made it a lot faster and stuff. It's just gonna be a mess. I mean, I understand people wanna make money and they buy property and, you know, but, you know, the people that have lived there for, you know, 40, 50 years deserve some consideration too, you know. I mean, what is it gonna do to our property? Is it gonna drop the value of it? Is it gonna raise it? Are our taxes gonna go up from it? I mean, those are serious questions, you know. And like I heard a guy say a while ago, you know, if it was going in next to any of you all, you probably wouldn't be for it either, you know. And, you know, that's really all I got. If anybody got any questions for me, I'll try to answer them if I can.
All right, thanks, sir. Anyone else?
Thank y'all for listening.
Anyone else?
How you doing? Sure. Hello, my name's Mark Kitchen. I live at 734 McGinnis Chandler Road. Could y'all show me where you said the property would be usable?
Yeah.
Can you point that out to me, since you're close to the
Yeah,
board there?
everything we're in this now.
Ma'am.
Did you want me to get it?
Get it straight.
Yeah, anything in the green right here.
There are some big holes in there. It's like from the farming from the old days. I think my grandpa actually owned that property back years ago. And my dad's been there since 1960 on that lot. And, he passed away last year and I got it now. But, the noise is gonna be bad. It's gotta be, because you don't know what they're gonna put in there. It could be good, sort of solid manufacturing. That's gonna make a lot of noise. And nothing says it couldn't be 24-hour a day, manufacturing things. And it would be pretty much our, quiet and peaceful place would be pretty much gone after that. I'd rather not see it come. It might have to come, but I'd rather not see it come in there. And, what I would like, if it had to come, maybe some setback somewhere, because my property line is probably no more than 50 or 75 feet from the property line of that. We're talking about doing this, they can really put stuff pretty close in on us there on McGinnis Chandler Road. I would like for it not to be passed through, but if it is, I'd like to see some setbacks and, just give us some cushion in there. Do a little spot there. But there are some deep ravines in there, as he said, and when you disturb that land, that creek's gonna be pretty well filled up and gone, I believe. There's some spots in there, it's probably, I'd say 50 foot deep ravines going through that piece of land. I just like for you to turn it down if you would, not like you for you to turn.
Can you show me on there where your adjoining property is?
It would be, this one here. Yeah, I think it's 734. It should be, what's that one? What's that one? It'd be right there, I guess. Is that the access?
Right up there in the right
corner.
Yes.
That's the road coming into the property off of East Chandler. There you go. That'd be better.
So we can kind of see where it is Chandler.
It would be this one, this one.
To the right, that's
There
the
you are.
triangle, I believe. They're
Right there, there you go.
two right there.
There you go.
One of them is, .74 acres, and the other one is
This is my,
153.
this is my brother's,
There you go.
and on both of these lots here, the two houses right there. And, the guy just spoke for it, he owns this part right here, that's his property. And, like I say, everybody here is pretty close in and hasn't got a whole lot of setback there anywhere, so we come right here and build on, I guess what they're gonna call the high ground, the good ground of the place, is gonna be on top of us pretty much.
All right,
We're all just,
There's houses on all those roads, Mine Road, D. Williams Road, McGinnis Chandler Road, Black Creek Church Road, residential.
And then all of a sudden, the big spot got changed. And now you're talking about doing it again.
yes, sir, if you wanna speak, you can come up next.
all right, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Yes, sir.
It's all been residential all this time, and then all of a sudden, somebody decided, oh, we're gonna put a industrial place in there, and it just got done, it seemed like to me. I wasn't aware of it when the first part got done, but I'm aware of it now, and I just don't think, you already got an industrial tract in Madison County. Why do you need another one? Doesn't make sense to me. I mean, you've already got an industrial tract, put stuff out there where you got it set up for. So, I don't like it right close to my house either, so that's how I feel about it.
All right, thank you, sir.
I would encourage you to get a copy of the comprehensive plan. That area up there was deemed Medico West in, industrial district.
Was deemed when?
Couple of years ago.
Couple years ago, yeah.
When our comprehensive
Yeah.
plan was created by citizens.
You're not giving them out here, so.
No. The county can get you one, or you can go online and get it.
Okay.
May I get you to state your name and address, please?
Keith Waterman,
Thank you. And your address?
4106 Blacks Creek Church Road,
Thank you, sir.
Commerce.
All right, is anyone else?
Hi, good
Name and
evening.
address, please.
My name is Star Davis, Jessica Star Davis. I live at 799 McGinnis Chandler Road. Mark Kitchens lives across the road from me, and Brett, the gentleman that spoke a few moments ago. And I am opposed to this. I'm concerned about traffic and noise, the view. I purchased property out here 8 years ago for the beautiful view that I have. And that is, I'm very concerned about what's going to happen in terms of all of my neighbors and the residences and what will be built there. I wasn't able to see what was being pointed at on the screen, but would you mind going back to the aerial view? And I can show you exactly where my residence is. Yes, there we go. Okay. So my home is right here. So if you could tell me where this is proposed to be built, because I couldn't see from here.
In the blue.
Right here?
In the blue.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yes, I understand it's the blue, but I didn't know with them talking about the grade of the land, where roads would be and things like that.
So this would be an entrance and exit, and then D. Williams down here would be an entrance and exit.
Okay. All right. So yes, I am just, I'm opposed to that, and I wanted to come up here and state that as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else?
Could I ask one more question? So there's gonna be access off McGinnis Chandler to go into the property?
Yes.
How wide would it be? Do you have any idea of anything like that? As far as the road itself, how wide the road access would be?
I guess, I have no idea, but I guess whatever the rules say, whether it's 30 foot or whatever. All right.
Would trucks come in and out of there?
Yes, sir, but we can't,
Oh, I'm sorry.
What we've got to determine is this a proper
I'm just
place?
asking some questions, that's it. I'm
You
sorry.
answer those questions that we can't answer.
All right.
That comes later.
All right, thank you.
All right, any further questions from the board? Mr. Lord, you have any rebuttal?
No.
None. All right.
I can understand now why Commissioner Adams will probably like
Right.
to talk to you about the ingress and egress.
Oh, yes. I can't tell you.
Okay, well, I didn't realize that we had one more that wanted to speak.
It's okay, it's okay, I think everyone, talking about me,
Yes,
I think everyone said,
okay, all right, thank you.
I'm opposed.
Okay.
Gerald Kitchen, 762 McGinnis Channel Road.
All right. Now we'll close the public hearing and bring it back to the board. One of my, so I don't know how many voted this, but one of my concerns is, since it was brought up, was the closeness of to a residential property setbacks. One thing we had, has that been looked at? No.
Not minus just the original setback from the property line, which I believe is 10 foot.
Is that what's required?
Mhm.
So it meets the required setbacks.
Mhm.
Okay? Any further questions? Comments here? From the board?
It's public hearing closed, and Mr. Ward
Yes,
wanted
I
to-
just closed the public
He
hearing.
didn't want to do it.
No, he don't want to do it. I've closed the public hearing. It's right before you guys now for discussion. All right, no discussion,
We received a copy of the zoning ordinance. Was that in reference to something specific that this was kind of put together, or?
So the conditions on
Mhm.
here were,
Can I help you out?
yes, yes.
I went to an industrial authority meeting on the Highway 72 industrial park, and Mike had put together these restrictions identifying light industrial and the things that would not be appropriate. Down below that is typically heavy industrial type things. And I felt like this was very complete and probably should be used as a standard. If the county's going to use it for their industrial park, it probably would be good to utilize that as a standard for other industrial parks. So I suggested that we use it. Mike agreed. I think everyone agreed, and including the applicant. So that's where it came from. It's more complete than certainly it's a lot more complete than what we had for the other things.
Correct.
Because it just dealt with some hazardous materials language and things like that. This is much more in depth.
Yeah, that we had to go back and actually amend.
Correct.
A couple times with a couple different parcels that were inside the business.
And just for the audience, for clarification, in our ordinance, we don't have a difference at this moment, a difference between industrial, heavy industrial, light industrial. You know, so we've had some cases where we have tried to identify the difference, and this falls under what we deem as light industrial.
If I may clarify, since my name was invoked, my involvement was to be shown this and say, would these be enforceable as conditions? And I said, yes. Certainly, people have raised some concerns about adjacency to other types of properties that might warrant additional conditions for setbacks and buffers and whatnot. But that's planning. If someone wants to show me those, I will opine on their enforceability.
I understand your conditions, and my board already knows my my stance on it, but I hope that this board will, I know this is new to Madison County Light Industrial, so I hope when our next meeting comes, not our business meeting, not our business meeting, when we meet again, that we can try to get some further understanding about blank industrial parks where you don't know what's coming in there. And I hope we can address that, because there can be some contingencies or, people that might come in there on contingency. So hopefully we can address that.
To this,
I see that. I haven't read it yet, but we need further detail.
Yeah.
all right, any other, comments from the board? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve with, I'm assuming, the conditions that have been presented to you. I apologize.
Well, can I ask you,
So-
since we don't really have real definite setbacks for industrial park next to a residential.
She just said we did. She just said it met the setback.
No, I mean, what he was speaking of.
Well, who's speaking of?
Me.
This is,
Okay. Y'all straighten me out here, y'all. Tell me what you're talking about. Because I just asked the question, did it meet the setbacks that was set forth? And she said yes.
Then it was addressed that you can add additional setbacks and buffers if you deem fit. So like if you feel like that's not enough of a setback, you can add that as a condition.
Okay.
I do.
And that's fine.
Okay.
Fine, if the motion is to do that.
But we don't know 100 feet. See, that's why I say we don't know since we don't know what's going in there or, what's sufficient from a residential, would it be 100 feet setback? Because we only have 10 feet. I don't think that's sufficient. So how do we address that, where we can?
Set a condition.
That's our job.
That's what I said, set a condition that.
You have to set a condition on that to go along with the other conditions.
And I don't think we have sufficient time, because we just got this. That's what I have to say. I don't think that's sufficient. 10 feet is not sufficient enough for me. And we don't have, concerning these, we didn't have enough time.
Any further comments? All right, hearing none. I will entertain some type of motion to approve, disapprove, approve with the conditions that have been presented, or to delay.
You said delay?
That's what I said.
Oh, delay. Well, I'll make a motion to delay. Well,
But it has to be time.
Oh, okay.
That's why we have Mike here.
Well, you have to give me a little notice. So what I'll have to do then, unless someone here already knows it, is try to find the amendment that's not been codified yet on your website that talks about the permissible actions of the Planning and Zoning Commission after the public hearing has been held and what your deadlines are. Do you want me to look for that and read it to you?
I would love for you to.
Give me a few minutes.
All right.
Was there not an X on the other part?
Let him look up what.
Yes, sir.
Together.
Yeah, do you have this in writing, because whoever wrote this, did not include full text, so I've got to cross-reference it to the codified zoning ordinance to try to figure it out. Did you have this on paper somewhere so I can look at the two together?
Pretty sure I do. Yes, sir.
Do you want us to take time to do that now?
Would it be appropriate to, since we don't have all of the information and you're not good with what you've got, to delay this until our business meeting?
You could do that. I mean, yeah, the earliest deadline that I can recall off the top of my head is 30 days to make a recommendation. So your next business meeting would be before that 30 days.
Yes,
so you could do that.
All right, well, I will entertain a motion if that is the desire of the board. Cynthia, does that fit within what you
Well,
like to do?
but it's the board, that's my motion.
Well, you're part of the board, man.
I know, I said that's my motion to.
To delay action until the business meeting.
All right, do I get a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to delay until we can get the appropriate.
No, until the business meeting.
Until the business meeting. Any questions or comments?
I have a question.
No. No. Lee?
Yes.
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 Yes. All right, we will entertain, this will come back before us, in our business meeting on September the 1st.
Yeah.
And it's still to come for the board on
On 14th, that's correct. All right. Mr. Lord, there are some questions that we must get answers to before we can make a decision. We will be back here on September the 1st.
Thank you, sir.
All right, next.
Okay, Mr. Kevin and Nicole Bear are requesting to rezone a 4-acre portion of their property from A1 to AR to split and retain, and to rezone the remaining 11.461 acres from A1 to A2 to sale as a standalone tract. The property is located at 521 Whittle Road in Hull on map 26, parcel 7901 in District 1.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, y'all, please.
Sorry, folks.
Would you move outside so we can finish?
Apologies, got more questions than I got any?
Me too, buddy.
As soon as she finishes.
Okay. Would you like me to go ahead and read 12 as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
So, Mr. Kevin and Nicole Bear are requesting a variance to allow a proposed 11.461 acre tract to be split that doesn't have the required 150 foot of road frontage. The tract will only have 51.65 foot of frontage, creating a 98.35 foot deficit. The property is located at 521 Whitfield Road in Hull on map 26, parcel 7901 in District 1.
All right.
I am Kevin Barrett, and I do live at 521 Whitfield Road. We have approximately 15 and a half acres, and we have planned to use the property a lot more than we have found ourselves to be using it. And we are, paying more taxes than we would like to be paying on land that we're not finding a use for. And it would help us a lot if we could sell that property and pretty much pay for our residence, pay the mortgage off on our residence. So that would give us a lot of freedom, lower some of the maintenance and upkeep on the property that we're really not finding a lot of use for.
All right, questions? Just one moment. Will one of y'all step out there, please, and ask them to please step on out.
Tell them to move down the hall, please.
Well, I was out there, and I know we have a concern about, that where you wanted to take the drive on the other side. You were saying because it was on the side of your house that would be, you wouldn't have to deal with the traffic of another person coming in and out. But, the deficiency, when I went out and looked at the road, the guy has the camper road, and then your road, and then that road would go right in there between, and it was pretty tight. So
apparently, it's 51.65 feet would be what it is. So yeah, that's what the variance is for.
Yeah.
So we have two options on either side of the property. Either one would be short, but one of the options would require the driveway to come onto the side of our house where our garage is and where all of our activity usually ends up being. And the other option, which unfortunately is only 51 feet, is on the other side of our house where we don't spend a lot of time and we wouldn't be kind of in their way and they wouldn't be in our way, whoever was accessing the back of the property. So ideally, since both of them would need a variance, we would highly prefer the one on the left side of the property just because of the convenience of that. And also on the right side of the property, there's a pretty good patch of woods where the driveway would have to be cut through those woods. On the left side of the property, there's just a small strip of trees. You can probably see that on the key public. So we're proposing it here. See, there's just a little patch of trees, and keep up with the horses off a little bit. I believe it actually goes a little further, but anyway, it would have to come through this piece of woods. So obviously, just be more trouble to put a driveway through those woods.
The present driveway is,
Our driveway is in this little open patch you can see right here, yeah.
okay. I can't believe our house is still not on there.
It's been there 40 years now.
and then there's
Fred Normal took those,
Then
lower Normal, I mean.
there's a driveway right where the neighbor
Yeah.
uses for his.
Yeah, so my neighbor has, so this is his main driveway, obviously, right here, but he has an auxiliary driveway. I'm not sure if it's a legit driveway or not, but he has a pole barn right in here somewhere. And he just put in a driveway, just put in a culvert and a driveway to his pole barn. I'm not sure if that's an official thing or not. I have no idea. I don't know if that matters. I think the ordinance is road frontage, not necessarily distance from a driveway, so we're asking for a variance in either condition. But the
The neighbor's driveway to the corner of my driveway is 51.65 feet. That's what Barry measured.
So it sounds like there's three options here. One, to approve the variance as 51 feet, cut a new driveway, or, I guess those are the two.
I mean, that's what we're asking for. I don't think I'm allowed to ask for two different variances, am I? Like A or B? I don't think you can do that, can you?
I'm loath to speak out of turn, but
Mr. Pruitt, can I do that?
Did anyone ever mention or consider making the rear tract to extend that line so it would not have road frontage, but rather be accessed by an easement?
That was discussed.
Okay.
It was kind of an interesting situation. It was discussed and discouraged. I was told that the county didn't like easements and was unlikely to approve an easement. But I was also told by my realtor that it would hurt the value of the rear property if it didn't have its own access.
I raise that simply because there's one of the many oddities of the existing ordinance is that while 150 feet of road frontage is required if you front a road, an easement can be as narrow as 60 or perhaps even 30 feet.
Right.
I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly what I was gonna say. And 51 feet is certainly better than 30. May not be 150, but it's certainly better than 30. I would.
Well, since I know we've had a lot of these, and I know that our commission board does not like easements, I'm in agreement that 51 is a whole lot better than.
But, what my concern was, because I said something about easement too, is when that 51 feet, if you go out there, you have two driveways and then a third driveway. I mean, they're like close, very close together. So I don't know if the driveway is considered a driveway or not,
But that's not part of his property.
No, but the 51 feet, he has two driveways that's got.
I don't have two driveways.
Well, he has a driveway.
I have one
And then he's
driveway.
trying to fit that one driveway into that 51 feet.
One of these fundamental purposes of planning and zoning is typically for traffic safety.
Yeah.
What we're
It's
here.
on the curve. It's on the curve, but, yeah.
I think this picture shows what I'm saying. This is kind of the activity side of our house for our garage and our sidewalk opening and everything. This is kind of the quiet side. So that's why we are proposing that thing.
Well, Sandy, I'm sure you have a valid point, but I guess my simple minded is, this is not his property. Even though the driveways are side by side, he has 51 feet.
Right.
Mr. Chairman, he has, difficult to read, blowing up, but that's not the configuration that exists now. So he has, cross-reference back up to the notes. So all of these, he has, what, 300 feet, maybe?
It's 290. Yeah,
290.
291, something like that. Yeah, total, yeah. Unfortunately, my driveway is kind of in the middle of that 290, so it makes it.
Okay, so that's different.
All right, any further questions? Thanks, sir. All right, is there anyone here wants to speak in favor of this? Please come forward, state your name and address.
My name is Ricardo Rodriguez. I live at 587 Whittle Road. This is the first time I've been to one of these, so I don't really know what's going on, but if I'm looking at this correctly, this right here is that private drive, right, that takes to my property back here.
It would be,
No, sir.
No.
No.
it would be,
Here.
Okay, so this is, okay. Well, see, I mean, if this won't affect my area,
That's what I'm trying to do, is keep it on the other
yeah,
side.
okay, yeah, because I've noticed some guys go out there and they put some pink lines.
That's just marking the property line.
Okay, so, you do what you, as long as it's not messing with my property, you can do what you need, right? Do what you need, bro.
This proposal is to put the driveway on the opposite side of where you live.
Okay, now, hey, good luck. Sorry, guys.
anyone here wants to speak in opposition?
No, hey,
All right, we'll close the public hearing, and I will entertain a motion on items,
11 and 12.
11 and 12.
I move that we approve as presented.
I second. It's been moved and properly second that we'll approve as presented. Any further questions or comments?
I think that just screams, kind of like what Micah seems to be frustrated with tonight, is we've got to do something. Guys, please take this seriously and looking at what we have before us. By no means do I profess to understand it all, but why do we have something if we're off constantly looking for ways to go around it? That's my comment.
All right. Sir, got it?
Yes.
Cynthia?
Mr. Mayor, I was not trying to picture against you, but I was just concerned about that curve and 3 driveways, but.
Yes or no? Okay, your vote.
I said.
Your vote?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
We have a 4-1 yes to approve. This will be presented to the Board of Commissioners on September 14th. Suggest that you do be here to present your case, and they have the final say.
Thank you.
All right. Is there anything else need to come before the board tonight? I do know we have a couple of meetings coming up. September 27th. Is that right?
August 27th.
I mean, August.
Yes, at 5 p.m., there's a special called meeting for the CPL to do, let's say, a training, but like to explain the CPL and the UDC.
And when is it? 27th?
August 27th at 5 p.m.
All the commissioners, the board, the P and Z board, and the steering committee, I guess.
It's open to the public.
Okay. And there is also, and I don't know if it has anything to do with P and Z or not, but the moratorium on 31st. 31st. That will be at the regular commissioners meeting. Okay. Anything else?
I was bringing something up to our, at our business meeting about industrial and also about concrete. How, when, William brought it up about when we do these industrial parks and business parks, a cohesive design, so they don't look so messy. I hope to bring those up.
Okay. We will talk about that later. That will be part of what's in this book right here. Anything else? Not? I'll turn a motion to adjourn. I'll make a motion to adjourn. All right. All in favor?
Yes. Let me complete my task real quick. Let me put the name tags up.